Good morning, travel fans. I'm Morgan from the very unofficial travel guides. Welcome back to another Sunday story time or Sunday sofa time video. This is going to be different than most of them because, first of all, I'm not at home. I'm not in front of the sofa. I'm here in our room at the Dorchester Hotel. You can see we are repacking to get on the Norwegian Escape today. We're leaving for the ship in like an hour or so. So I'm excited, and we met my mom and her friend last night, and they are so excited. This is going to be their first cruise. I think I've got them pretty well prepared, but we talked last night about how to prepare for the first day for boarding the cruise, and that is what I want to tell you about in this video. And usually this would be the place where the intro comes with the music and the words and everything, but I'm not editing this. I'm filming it all directly in my telephone, and I'm gonna upload it directly out of the telephone. So I'm not gonna do any editing. There's not gonna be any credits. There's not gonna be any names from the Patreons at the end. I'm sorry, but you guys know that I still really appreciate what you do. I just am going to talk a little bit about what to expect on the first day of your cruise. And you know, I think I've done this before, but I did it for cruiseline.com's YouTube channel. So head over to cruiseline.com to see that as well. My mom and I talked about this last night, or I talked with Mom and Tim about this last night, about how to pack and repack for the first day of the cruise. Important is, I think, to boil it all down, the best thing to think is have a carry-on, like a backpack or a beach bag, and pack it as if you're going to spend a day at the beach. I mean, this is for cruises going someplace warm. Like we are. We're going to the Bahamas and to Jamaica and to Grand Cayman. The reason you need to put certain special things into your carry-on is because the carry-on is the bag that you are allowed to take with you immediately onto the ship, and your suitcase, your main bag, that gets taken by baggage porters, and you won't see that in your cabin until sometimes much later in the day. So anything you're going to need for the first afternoon, you need to put it in your carry-on. Important things like medication, swimsuit, sunscreen, things like that. Anything you're going to want before you can get into your suitcase, put it into your carry-on. Now, when you get to the port, usually there are baggage porters. They'll be all over the place. Sometimes they're kind of aggressive. Sometimes they're like swarms of bees. And their job is basically, they don't work for the cruise lines. They work for the port itself. So they take your bag from your Uber, from your taxi, from your shuttle bus, whatever, and bring it into where the cruise ship's workers are. Once the cruise ship gets it, they inspect the baggage to make sure that nobody's bringing anything I want to say illegal, but anything not allowed on board, which would be extra alcohol, extra food, animals, things like that. You can't bring things like that on board. Fireworks, you know, it's basically anything that you wouldn't, well, no, it's even more than something you wouldn't bring on a plane, because most cruise lines won't allow you to bring your own water or your own alcohol. There are policies about it. Check with your travel agent or check with the cruise line about the options available to you. Anyways, so the baggage porters at the pier, they hand your baggage over to the cruise line, and the cruise line inspects it, and then it gets delivered to your cabin later in the day. And like I said, sometimes it's much later. There was one cruise we were on where we wanted to go to dinner, and we still didn't have our bags, and we didn't have, I think we had a reservation at one of the specialty restaurants, so we wanted to put on something a little bit nice. And we couldn't because we didn't have our bags, so we had to call and complain about that, but then they brought it up really quickly. All right, another important thing to specify, or to, what's the word I'm looking for? Just to really make it clear, is put any medication that you might need in your carry-on. So if you, I don't know, like if you have diabetes, or if you have some sort of heart something, where if you have like a, you know, an event or a seizure or something like that, you're gonna need something that might save your life, then definitely, I mean, that's something you should always be carrying with you anyways, but definitely put it in your carry-on when you get on board, or when you're going on board. The security, what do you call it? Like the security, sorry, I'm being distracted by people walking past the window here. The way you go through security is similar to when you get to the airport, but it's much less strict. So usually you don't have to like take off your shoes, you don't have to take your computer out of your bag and stuff like that. Basically, they're just looking for weapons and booze. I think that's what they're mostly looking for when you check into a cruise ship. Sorry, like I said, I'm being distracted. There's people getting into a cab here, and the cab says boobies on it. That's Miami. Then you will go to the counter, fill out usually some extra information. Always recommend filling in as much information as you can, doing like an online check-in before you get to the port. That will make things go much faster. Then you will get your Sea Pass card or your Set Sail card or whatever it's called on the cruise line that you're on, the card that will allow you to get into the room and to charge things back to your room and things like that. And then you go and you get on the ship. Usually you cannot, well, it depends on what time you get to the port. If you're very early, like we're going to try to be, we're going to try to get to the ship by noon. And I am assuming that our cabin will not be ready. There's probably not a chance that we're going to be able to directly go to our cabin. And that's why I say pack your bag as if you're going to go to the beach, because you want to have some fun on the ship before the cabin is ready. So what does that mean? I mean, how about going to the pool? How about doing the water slides? Things like that. And in order to do that, you know, you're going to need to change into your suit and put on sunscreen and, you know, take out your contacts or whatever. So put all that stuff into your bag. Then you'll either get a time, like they'll tell you when you're checking in a time that you can go to your cabin, or they will do a ship-wide announcement saying, all right, people with cabins on deck 8, 9, and 10, your cabins are available. You may go there now. And that's how it works. And yeah, one more thing just to prepare you for, and this is what I talked with my mom and Tim about last night as well. Before the ship leaves the port, you will be required to do the muster drill. The muster drill is the safety drill, so everybody has the chance to like practice one time where you would have to go and sort of what you would have to do if there was an emergency on board. So on your set sail card, there's a little number, and that will tell you where you have to go, and at the time that it happens, you're not going to miss it. The only way you're going to miss the muster drill is if you try to miss it, because at you know 4:30 or 5 or whenever it happens, everything closes. All the bars close, all the restaurants close, all the fun stuff closes, and everybody is required to go there, and the crew members are telling everybody, go this way, show me your card, yeah, go down those stairs, show me your card, go to the casino. You stand in groups of people, and those are the groups of people that you would be in a lifeboat with if there was an emergency. So, you know, look around, see who are the people you're going to be, you know, possibly surviving with. Not like that really ever happens, or it's been a long, long time since that's happened, of course. And when everybody gets there, everybody gets the information. There's an announcement that they make, kind of like, you know, when you're boarding a plane with the emergency exits and stuff like that. The captain will come on and welcome everybody on board and say, all right, vacation begins. And then you go back and have your fun. And I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going to cut this a little bit short. This is a little bit shorter than a usual Sunday video, just because, like I said, I'm doing it all on my phone, and I'm going to upload it out of my phone, and I don't want to be, we're actually going to go to the Apple Store and use the really fast internet at the Apple Store to do it. So I don't want to be like tied down there for an hour waiting for it to upload. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope these tips helped you. If you have any other tips for first day cruisers, write them in the comments below. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My handle at Instagram and Twitter is Mr. Morgan O'Brien, MrMorganObrien, and Facebook is Very Unofficial Travel Guides. Thanks for watching. Like I said, be sure to stay in touch, because there's going to be videos from Disneyland Paris last week coming, and a lot of videos from this cruise coming up today. Bye-bye.